All right. Well, we are at Exit In today with...
Joe from Dead. Hi.
You guys are getting to the end of this tour. How's the tour been so far?
It's been great. It's been cold, as we were discussing. Yeah, it's been very cold.
Nashville's not bad, though.
No, here it's not too bad. Yeah, for sure. We were actually had a day off and we chilled. We got an Airbnb and like went and got some good barbecue and some local beers, and it was cool.
All right. Well, you guys have been touring a lot. I know that much. How many tours have you done so far?
It's like proper tours. I don't know. It feels like it's been just this big mush of shows. You know, a lot of the festivals, a lot of those big festivals, like the like Sonic Boom. Is that close to you or no?
It's about 4 hours from where I live.
Your state's so big. All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
but we did, Rock on the Range, Carolina Rebellion, Aftershock, all those, Rock Allegiance. But then we did like a tour with Korn and Stone Sour, which was a proper tour. That was amazing. We did a tour with Animals as Leaders. Who else have we gone out with? I don't know. It feels like we were on tour with Beartooth almost. We did a bunch of shows with those guys. Did some shows with All That Remains. Just been, just playing with all kinds of people. And then, we got the tour with In This Moment and New Year's Day and POD coming up in January.
Have you had any bad tour nightmares?
Tour nightmares. I feel like everything's pretty cool. I feel like nothing really like too substantially bad. Nothing crazy. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's been days where I've been pissed off about whatever, but in retrospect, I can't even think about it. It's all really positive.
No broken buses or anything like that?
No, we've been great. Yeah, everything's been rolling really smoothly. Like, seriously, like not even a flat tire or anything that I can think of. And I want to knock on wood, I don't have any, but like everything's been really cool. Yeah, like nothing bad.
That's amazing. I don't think I've ever met a band that's never had a bus breakdown.
We're so lucky. I mean, because we've been in other bands before and we've had like terrible times. So this time I feel like we're just a lot more like on top of our stuff, like making sure like maintaining things and like just being smart, I guess, about things, and I guess it's working so far. So
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, for sure.
You got some good luck on your side.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Well, you've gotten to tour with a lot of amazing people already, but is there anybody on the bucket list that you haven't gotten to yet?
Yeah, I would like to play with a group called Run the Jewels, which is one of our favorite groups. I'd like to play with Deftones. But I feel like with the festivals included, we've played with so many bands now, like all the way up to Metallica headlining Rock on the Range and seeing them. I'd never seen them before. Played with, Beartooth, Papa Roach, Gojira, like so many, Every Time I Die, so many different styles of bands, that we like. Motionless, In This Moment, Mastodon, just like you just go down that list and you've just seen so many bands this year. It's been really cool.
Well, when you first started touring, what was the biggest culture shock you had going to places outside of where you're from?
Man. First started touring, I'm trying to think of what that would be. I guess it would be like, just in certain areas, like you'll see like it'll be kind of like people do things and you'll be like, wow, that's like, that was really racist or something like that. You know what I mean? And you'll be like, I guess that's okay here. Or like, even though it's not, but I'm trying to think of other things, like, I don't know, just kind of like how regionally people treat different people differently. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in like the racism way. I just mean people are just different. Like there's just different vibes. Driving is differently in different places. Just like, I don't know. It's weird how we all do that. And then we're from Arizona. It's like a melting pot, so you get people from all over the place. So I guess that's normal to us to have everybody everyone's doing their own thing in one place. So it's like, I don't know, it's weird.
It's a very much a melting pot down in Nashville too, but like you said, it's the South, so there's still a lot of...
Yeah, I'll just tell you sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, man, I don't know if this happens, everywhere else. I don't think it does, but like one time we were getting in the gas station and we went inside to go to the bathroom, and like this guy was just like washing his stuff in the sink, like right in front of everybody, just washing his man stuff just right there, and we were just like, all right, man, cool, hey, sure, so yeah, I mean, we've seen some pretty interesting things.
I had a friend one time who said, when they go down to the South, they hear a lot of, but we don't see people like you down here. And he's like, I don't know if he means that's because I'm a guy in a band or because I'm Mexican.
Wow. Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. You're like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's cool, maybe it's not. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they did that. They said that to Matt because he's got the big stretch ears, and it's like, oh, they got them things in your ears, and it's just like, it's just funny. It's just not everybody sees that stuff all the time, so it's interesting. Yeah.
So right now you're touring off of your album, and I don't want to mispronounce it. So what you do.
Mis-An-Thrope.
Okay. What has been your favorite song to play live off of that album?
Well, I like playing them all for different reasons. I really like playing Anti-Everything because the crowd seems to like that one a lot, so it makes it really fun. The energy's usually out the roof on that one. And that's part of playing a show, is the connection with the crowd. So I would say that one is one of my favorites. I like playing them all, whatever one gets everybody jumping and, pitting and doing their thing. Like that makes me happy. It makes me want to play more, so.
Do you have any song off the record you'd consider like the black sheep of the record that just stands out from the other ones?
The Black Sheep, which is kind of a negative connotation. I would say Beautiful, the last track, is definitely different. It stands like a sore thumb kind of song, I guess, in a way. But that's okay, like, because we were, a little bit hesitant when we put that on there. It was kind of like the producer, John Feldman, kind of challenged us to write a different song, because everything else was all like fast and heavy and whatnot. And we wrote that song, and it's kind of like our, like, I don't even know what it sounds like, whatever. That's like our 9 Inch Nails Hurt or something like that, I guess. So, yeah.
I think you see that a lot with bands that work with John Feldman, is he always pushes them just a little bit outside the box. Not too much that they're, abandoning themselves, but just enough.
Right. No, I agree with that, for sure. He did that with, because when we were there, he was recording, like, the Blink-182 album was happening. He was recording the Black Veil Brides album. Different thing. He was recording his Goldfinger album too, so we'd be there and there'd be all these people in and out walking around all the time, and Andy would be there and the Blink guys would be there. We used Travis Barker's drum kit for our album, actually, so it was really cool. Yeah.
All right, are you
too loud, or is this okay? Are you okay?
I just get used to it at this point. Yeah.
Roll, so.
It just happens.
Yeah.
Are you guys horror movie fans?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have like my whole arm is like a horror movie sleeve, actually, so, yeah.
Which horror movie villain do you identify the most with?
Identify with? I don't know. I mean, Jaws is my favorite movie of all time. As far as that goes, I mean, I love sharks, and I love just like how it's crazy that something like that exists still in the world. It's like an underwater dragon from the dinosaurs that's still around, and like, they're just crazy. I just love sharks. I'm trying to think of Strangers is one of my favorite horror movies. I love the way that they incorporate music with the horror in that. I just saw this movie called Green Room the other day. Have you ever seen Green Room? It's actually about a punk band that like goes and plays, like, unbeknownst to them, they go and play like this. It's like a Nazi punk type club, and they witness a murder, and like everything just goes to shit real quick. And I would highly suggest that to everybody. It's like visceral and dark and crazy, it's cool. Yeah.
It probably hits home a little bit too when you see that kind of.
It does, in a way, for sure. I don't know. Nowadays, like, quite like if we would run into that, because it's a little more like DIY kind of thing, but like you're watching, you're like, dude, that would be crazy if that happened. Like, what would you? Because like one of the people in the band forgets their phone, and they go back in the room, and like someone just got killed in the room, and then you witnessed a murder, and then like so all this shit goes down, and like Nazis are after him and stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, it's a really cool movie. Yeah.
Are you ever overly paranoid about anything bad happening?
Yeah, I have terrible anxiety all the time. Yeah. And I try to meditate, and I try to do all kinds of things. But yeah, for sure, my brain is terrible. It hates me.
That's what liquor's for.
Right. No, I do that a lot, for sure. Yeah. I definitely drink. Yeah, can you guys shut the fuck up?
So you were mentioning your tattoos. Do you have any tour tattoos?
I got this on tour. It's an Every Time I Die symbol. It's one of my favorite bands. That was on tour, and I think that's the only one that I've ever gotten. I got that in Arkansas. That was the only one I've ever gotten out of state. Everything else I've done in Arizona. Yeah.
Well, what do you want your funeral song to be?
I've thought about this before. And I did like I don't know if you've ever seen High Fidelity. Have you ever seen that movie? Yeah, it's like the junkies, they hang out in the record store and they like top 5 songs for like anything that could ever happen to you in your life. It's really fun. But yeah, I do think, and I don't know if it's too plain and simple, but it would either be Death Cab for Cutie, Follow You Into the Dark, or it would be Sounds of Silence by Simon & Garfunkel. One of those two.
So if you've thought about what you want your funeral song to be, have you thought about how you want to die?
Have I thought about how I want to die?
Yeah.
I would like to die in my sleep. I mean, that would be pretty kick-ass. But then you're also missing out on the experience of dying, which is something that you only get to do one time. So I don't know if I want to miss out on that either. But I've contemplated all of those things way too many times, obviously, because I was ready for that answer. Romantically, it would be really cool to get eaten by a shark, because like I said, I like sharks a
Why
lot.
is that romantic?
Well, because I respect them so much. But it's a terrible way to die, I imagine. It's probably horrifying. So I think I would just like to die in my sleep. That would probably be, that's what I'll go with. Or maybe on stage, or maybe just with people I love, I guess, would be cool, you know? Yeah.
I think for people who don't really understand why we think about this kind of stuff, you have a lot of downtime to think about things when you're on a bus.
Sure. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
It kind of goes through your head as morbid as it is.
Yeah, no, I think about crazy shit all the time. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, do you have any last words or random facts that
Before I die?
that you'd like to leave with your fans?
Thank you for supporting us. We appreciate it very much. Stay in touch with us online. Instagram is Dead Official. Facebook is Dead Official. Twitter is We Are Dead. It's all DED. And I try to run most of that. I try to like reply to people and like people's stuff and all that kind of stuff. And come to a show, pick up the album, tell somebody about it if you like it. If you don't like it, that's totally fine. And that's cool. That's what's up.
All right. There will be live photos from tonight down in the description. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm so sick and tired of always